Hi, and welcome to Body Metrix, the show that teaches you how to incorporate healthy nutrition principles into your busy lifestyle. My name is Adrienne Delgado, and I am a registered dietitian in the community. Today, we're making homemade granola bars. My kids are really active in sports and various activities, and a granola bar is a great after-school snack that they can eat before practice. But let's face it, a lot of granola bars are filled with a lot of added sugars and ingredients I can't even pronounce. So today, I'm going to show you how to make a recipe that's quick and tastes delicious. This recipe is brought to you from my very own cookbook, Nourish, Eat, Repeat, filled with nutrition lessons and family-friendly recipes. For this recipe, you will need nonstick cooking spray, 1 cup of quick cooking or old-fashioned oats, a half a cup of ground flaxseed, 1/2 cup of almonds, 1/2 cup of pecans, 1½ cups of dried fruit, a half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 eggs, a 1/4 cup of honey, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a 1/4 cup of mini semi-sweet chocolate chips, which are optional. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna spray our pan with our non-stick cooking spray just to make sure that those bars are nice and easy to get out of the pan when they're finished baking. Next, we're gonna add all of our dry ingredients to our food processor. So I'm gonna start with our oats. And our ground flaxseed. So for this one, if you want the omega-3 benefits, you want to make sure that the flaxseed is already ground. If you buy the whole flax seeds, your body's not going to be able to break that down, and you won't get all the omega-3 benefits from it. Alternatively, if you're not a big ground flaxseed fan, you could also use a half a cup of wheat germ. Next, we're going to add all of our nuts. So I have my chopped almonds. We're going to add a half a cup of that. Again, you can buy any type of almonds from the grocery store, so if you want to get them pre-chopped, if you want them whole, if you want them crushed, doesn't matter because we're going to put them all through the food processor and they're going to get chopped up anyway. Nuts are a great source of omega-3s and protein and fiber and can help us feel full, what I call long and strong. So especially if you have a student athlete that is going to practice for a couple hours, you want some nutrition in their body that's going to fuel them for a significant amount of time, not just the first half hour. Next, we're going to add 1½ cups of dried fruit. So you can use whatever dried fruit you like. I'm using a combination of the apricots, golden raisins, and dried mixed berries. Alternatively, you could use cranberries, raisins, dried pineapple, mango. You can make these really any type of flavor profile that you like, and you can mix it up so that the granola bars always have a different flavor. Probably should have opened all of these to make it just a little bit easier, but dried fruit is something we always have in our house just as a fun snack for the kids. And then finally, I'm going to use the golden raisins. All right, and then we're going to finish it off with a half a teaspoon each of salt and a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. All right, perfect. And then we're just going to pulse this in the processor until it's nice and chopped. There we go. That should be enough. Just giving it a couple extra pulses because I have those big dried apricots in there and I want to make sure that they're chopped up nice and small. All right. Now, we're going to put this aside for a second and we're going to put together our wet ingredients. So I'm going to add 2 eggs. I'm going to just go ahead and give them a little shake so they're already beaten. And to that, I'm going to add, where are we at here? My honey. Now, a tip from honey, if you're going to measure it out, is always spray out your measuring cup beforehand. The honey will come out much faster and much easier. You won't have to wrestle it. And the honey part you can make to your liking. So if your family doesn't like things extra sweet, you could maybe only do 2 tablespoons. But if they're used to a sweeter granola bar and you're just trying to transition them into a homemade version, you may want to do the whole 1/4 cup. What I like about the homemade granola bar recipe though is you can determine how much added sugar goes into your product versus letting a manufacturer decide how much sugar should go into it. All right, we're going to add that. See that? It comes right out. That's so nice and simple. All right, and then lastly, we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm always a little bit more generous with the vanilla because I really like that flavor. Alternatively, if you don't like vanilla, you could also use an almond extract. That would be really nice as well. We're going to stir all this together, our wet ingredients. You could also use a whisk. Perfect. And then, let's see here. I'm going to set this over here. And then we're going to take out our dry mixture and we're going to add it to our wet. And we're just going to take our spoon and we're going to mix it all together until it's all incorporated. And let's be honest, I keep talking about granola bars for kids, but I like them as well. I like them as a nice afternoon snack, or sometimes even a morning snack, or even a complement to a quick, easy breakfast as I'm running out the door. And so we mix all these ingredients together until they're all well incorporated, and then we're just going to put them in our prepared baking dish. All we need to do at this point is press it down lightly. You don't have to get aggressive with it, but just lightly pat it down because we want that to set so it becomes a nice firm granola bar once we take it out of the oven and cut it. I know sometimes the task or the thought of making a homemade granola bar feels really overwhelming, but this is one of my favorite recipes because I can pull it together in less than 10 minutes. All right, so once you're finished pressing the mixture into the pan, you can go ahead and bake this at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes or until the edges are golden brown. When you take it out of the oven, it's going to look like this, so pretty similar. All we're going to do at this point then, once the mixture has cooled, is we can go ahead and cut them either into squares or into rectangles. All right. Now, if you're at home and you're eating these at home, you can go ahead and just serve them like this. Or if you're going to be making them to go, you can go ahead and pre-wrap them in plastic wrap or put them in Ziploc bags so they can be an easy grab-and-go option. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy.